Shalom, Israel. Shalom is Brother Potter Awavi from SOZ Houston.
Shalom, shalom. This is Brother Karatazar from SOZ Houston.
Khan, and welcome to another video of what? Blowing that trumpet?
And staying on your pivot, man.
And Khan, all praises, man. Right, we got some exciting things lined up for brothers today. Right, we got border for brothers and sisters today, Salaki. Right, we got border wars. Right, the U.S. strikes on Iran. Right, we got artificial foods, and last but not least, we got secret devices that's built by the so-called white man, made to what? Ultimately kill, destroy the servants of the Most High God. Right. Before we get started, let's get a pre-shot. Can we get Colossians 3:17, Baba Kishar? All right, and it reads, "Whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Lord Yahweh Shai, giving thanks to the Most High Yahweh by Him." Right. So all praise to the Most High Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Right. May glory and honor be sung unto Him. Right. And then, hey, go ahead, Roger. You got a precept you want to bring out?
You know what? This is such a standard classic on the channel, so I got to bring out the classic Habakkuk 2:1. It says, "I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I'm reproved." So we right here watching, waiting to see what's going to be our last days, the ends of our means, and what we're going to do about it, and how that's going to improve us, and how that's going to correct us, and how that's going to restore us. And that's what we're trying to identify in these last days, watching the times pass by. And that's basically it, brother. That just got to stay diligent in the search for the Lord and His signs in these last days, man.
And be honest with you, people who have that right mindset, the Israelites, the people who know they're in the truth, have that faith, they got the right mindset, man. They see the slow destruction of Babylon, the slow destruction of this world and this society and their standard of things, right? And they get joyous at these things, man. I'm excited, right? I'm excited to watch the downfall of America KKK. I'm excited to watch the destruction of dang Russia, man, right? Of China, right? Of Iran. Because all these people has had a part of our destruction, man. And soon it's going to come to the point where what? The Most High, He's ruling the earth. Everybody know Him. Everybody fears Him, right? And when the righteous are in rulership, the earth will what? Rejoice, man. Right? So I'm kind of excited about that. What about you, Karate? Are you excited?
Man, I can't wait, brother. Like, I'm anxious because I don't want to be in this place of Babylon any longer. I want to, hopefully, Lord willing, be able to be, alive when the Lord returns to reset order in this place and bring down the judgment on all these heathen nations that have oppressed us over time. It's a phenomenal feeling to know that we have the ability and the salvation and the power on our side to watch the downfall of this wicked earth and the corruption of all these other heathen nations. Russia, we got Iran, we got China, we have all these global powers that are pushing the the knee on the neck of Israel, man. So it's a mighty thing to see that the Lord is setting up the chaos and the destruction of each nation. And if you have the eyes to see it, man, you should be elated with joy watching these amazing works of the strong hand of the Most High God, man.
Hey, Khan, man, that's beautiful, man. Because the Lord is always giving us a strange salvation, man. Right? Matter of fact, let's kind of look and see the things that the Most High is doing, man. Because Go ahead, King. I'll let you introduce.
No. It's all right. It's not about that introduction. You can introduce it, King. I just wanted to say, shalom, sister. Shalom for attending and always being diligent with the watching of the episode. So we just want to make sure we show love to our sisters and our brothers that attend and watch this. Hey, appreciate you, Hebrew daughter. Hey, we love you. All right, go ahead, King. You want me to bring it out? Which one you want me to bring out first?
Yeah, let's get this. You can bring it out, King.
Hey, all right. Well, then we're gonna keep it going, man. Like the brother was bringing out mighty information about what the topics are, what we got on the table today. Hey, man, things is heating up. I don't know what border y'all reside on, or y'all encased around different states, but SOZ Houston, obviously we in Texas, so we seeing things. And if you're in any form or fashion aware of what's going on in politics, of domestic politics, you see that there's been a very big problem with border and domestication immigration, right? So what have you seen over the last year or two that they're allowing the immigrants from all over the earth to come through to the land that was stolen, right? And flooding it to the point where now they're displacing them into different cities. Overpopulated New York, overpopulating California, overpopulating Texas, overpopulating Florida. Everywhere, just and this is all political, just so they can have unprecedented immigrant voters to be able to kind of throw the elections that are coming up. But I'm not saying that just specifically for that, but it just, if you start seeing the policies and like, you know what, now they're able to get certain benefits that the citizens of the United States have outside of having to be registered with citizenship, that kind of lets you know that that's kind of going to go into influence into decision makings, voting, different things of that nature that's going to govern a lot of the decisions to be made, right? So, did you have something to say on top of that, brother?
Actually, it's crazy that you said that, King, because they already got a lot of benefits now. Now
Yeah.
they're giving brand new apartments to live in, right? On top of that, the rent is paid for a whole year, right? And they're giving them electricity, they're giving them furniture, right? They're giving them clothes. They're setting them up, man. And it's crazy that you mentioned that. That's what's going on. How did they get in New York in a matter of a day? They just got over here. They still don't know English, but yet they got all the way over here to New York, to Washington, to California, right, to Minnesota. How are they moving so fast? Because they're having help by who? Of course, the government, man. I've seen so many videos of the drug cartel kind of coming over here, setting up their camps to get people across the border of immigrants, you know what I'm saying, fighting police officers over there in New York, kind of jumping them, right? And they get released the next day without bail. They get released because there's no way to run them through the system because what? They're immigrants. They don't have no name, right? Or they have a name, but you don't know it. They leave their IDs at the border, so you can't send them back. So right now we see an invasion, man. And I'm watching videos of Chinese people coming over here, which is Esau's enemy, of so-called Russians coming over here, which is Esau's enemy, right? Of people from Iran coming over here, which is Esau's enemy. Esau he's letting that invasion happen, and it's a slow process, like the brother brought up, and it's beautiful, man. And after this video play, I'm gonna point out something, man. Go ahead, King.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and play the video just so we can get a little bit of the context real quick and understanding. Let's go. Let's get it, man. So what we're watching is they're setting up Texas now.
Pause it, King.
It's what we're seeing right now is saying Texas is now using shipping containers as a makeshift border wall to stop the immigration crisis. So think about that. Let's realistically examine that real quick, right? What are they trying to establish right here? What would you consider that? If this was free to walk across, but now they're setting up these giant carts that are impeding people to be able to have passage, right? Mm-hmm. What are they trying to create?
A wall.
And that's actually another wall, or you can consider it a border, right?
Yeah.
And just watching this, look, let's see how far they're going to do such, right? Like what gives the so-called dirty white man, the Edomites, the ability to say, look, we're gonna be able to establish the borders of the earth. From the first thing I know, that's not within their powers to even do at all, is it?
No.
So I'm gonna bring out one precept real quick, and then we can keep it going if you don't mind. That's cool.
That was a beautiful point.
This is what it says in Psalms. I'm gonna go up a little bit just so I can get a little bit more context. 74, Psalm 74. Let's see. Let's go. Look, okay, I'm gonna start with verse 12. It says Psalm 74 and 12. For Yahweh is my king of old, working salvation in the midst of the earth. Right? Let's jump down to verse 16. I'm gonna go 16 to 17. This is talking about the Lord. The day is thine, the night also is thine. Thou hast prepared the light and the sun. So the Lord has created all these magnificent things that are the borders of time. They're the borders of age. They're the border of eras and eons, or whatever you want to say. They're the border of life, right? 74 and 17, it said, Thou hast set all the borders of the earth. Thou hast made summer and winter. So a lot of times when you're looking at what a border means, you think it's just, a line. It's actually the outline of something. The whole purpose of it, meaning the borders of the land are what? Made by the earth of the Lord. That's when he separated the sons of Adam and divided them by the children of Israel, man. That's Deuteronomy 32 and 7, right? That's what the Lord has set up in this earth. He's the one that says, hey, you live here. This is your inheritance. But as you see, they've taken the land, and now they think that they have the ability of the Most High. But the Most High said, I set the borders. So how are you going to set borders on land that you took from another people and act as if you have the right given to you by the Most High power to say, now you create the borders on the earth? That's a proud man. This is a proud nation, man.
Hey, Salaki, you mind if I get the precept to match you?
Khan, what you got?
Habakkuk 2 and 5. Right?
Because beautiful.
Put it on something, man. The so-called white man kind of came and took this land, right? Let's read this real quick. Go ahead.
Khan, this is the book of Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yea, also because he had transgressed by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people.
So this is obviously talking about Esau, man. Everything that's what's going on in America right now. Everything in this passage is going on in America right now, man. He transgressed by wine, which is what? His wisdom, man. Right? His wisdom, his understanding. He's causing people to sin right there. And because he's able to do that, he's become very proud, man. He'll kind of stand in front of you and blow smoke in your face. And then ask you to do something. Right? Kind of provoking you. And it says, what? He keeping that at home. There's an embassy everywhere in America now. All across the world, there's an American embassy in the Western Hemisphere and in the Eastern Hemisphere, man. No matter if it's North America, South America, you're in Europe or Africa, Australia, there's embassies out there, man. Right? And it's ridiculous. This is so-called white man. And you see what's going on in America. He's heaping together all nations, man. Just so what? The Lord can destroy these people, man. The Lord is gathering all the wicked people of the earth and bringing them into America, man. And this is just on this side. He's adding more and more wicked people with the foul spirit, right? He kind of got witch doctors coming over here, shamans, right? Voodoo priests, right? The people who sacrificed to La Llorona, right? The woman at the lake, the weeping woman. Right, and they're gonna come over here. They're gonna defile the land even more, man. So it's a very nasty thing that's about to happen here in America, and the Lord is just setting it up by what? First, he's a well detail oriented man. The Most High is gathering all his pieces together and putting them in the right position before he said go. Before he sent out the death angels, man. I'm sorry, King, you was building. Go ahead.
No. Those are beautiful points, though, man. But think about this. Like Esau is trying to establish these borders in the earth that are taken. And why is Esau has spread himself like cancer all over the earth, right? I want to just go into the book of Genesis 4, man. Let's go back to the beginning so we can kind of see something about the way that Esau moved. Genesis 4. Check this out. This is Genesis 4. Let's go right here. 4 and 9. And the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? First off, we already know what the spirit of Cain is, man. That's the spirit of unholy sacrifices, man. The defiled one. The one that has the bloodlusting, the spirit to kill his own brother, man. The same thing that he has hate and envy and strife in him. Why is my sacrifice not so good when I do not what you say? Do you know what I'm saying? Why am I not the favorite when I take blood and kill my brother, man? And he said, and the Lord said, and he said, What hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood cried unto me from the ground. And that's one thing the white man doesn't really understand about, and that's not even in Revelation. It says, the Lord says that the blood of the saints are going to cry out to the Most High and ask him, how long are you going to allow us to be unavenged, man? It's the same thing from the beginning. Who's killing us like Cain was killing Abel back in the day, man? The same people that carry the same spirit that Cain had. Because who is the one that says, look, we are gonna take what's not take what's not ours. We're gonna do it by any means, by killing and defiling the land with blood. And what's the verse that the Lord said? The next verse, he says, verse 4 and 11. And now thou art cursed from the earth. And I'm gonna tell you right now, they are one of the worst, vilest things on the earth right now, man. They have the lowest birth rate. They have the most non-understanding mindset that they hunt the animals that are supposed to be majestic, right? The ones that's supposed to be out there controlling the earth's balance and population. They're killing the predators because they want to be the apex predator, man. They go into the ocean, they take everything out of it, and then they kill all the big animals and the big apex just for sport, man. They put them in swimming pools so you can come and watch them, so you can show that we caught Leviathan. Because that's what they're really trying to do. When you catch these killer whales, they think, because what did the Lord say? Who can tame the Leviathan other than me? Esau said, I can catch a big fish. You see what I'm saying? He's trying to be just like the Most High. In so plain sight, people don't see it. And he said, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. And that shows that the blood, because they feel like they can kill you, they can silence you with they can silence your media, they can silence your voice, right? Let's look at one way that Esau is controlling the borders, even the borders of information. Isn't that true? Because without somebody having control or a rule set to say what you can and can't speak, that's the border to allow your speech. And look what we're on. We're on a platform that we're in a country that was established by the first damn rule that this place said is you can say what the hell you want to say. Do they live by that, or are they hypocrites in the sight of men? And let's show. We're streaming on the one of the damn platforms called YouTube, right? Obviously, this should be a federally protected entity because it's established within the United States of America, which you have to be governed by these federal laws, right? But let's see, do they have to really abide by that? Because let's look at a border that they give you in information. This is the policies to this place called YouTube, where we're speaking about, freedom of speech and the different things that the borders that they try to control. They tell you there's something they call misinformation based off of what they say you can and can't say. Let's just look at something like medical misinformation. Let's say we're telling the truth about what's going on in the earth. But look at this, what it says right here. This is the border of wickedness. This is the wicked borders that they put on the freedom, the God-given freedom the Lord gave us to speak the truth in these days. That even this wicked country says you can speak freedom of speech, right? You can petition. You don't have to like it, but these people have the power to increase their borders at their will, right? This is what happens when you say this is, and we all have the right of religion, freedom of speech, and everything, belief. But this is what they say. YouTube doesn't allow content that possesses a serious risk of egregious harm by spreading medical misinformation that contradicts. Listen, that contradicts. Let's look that word up. Google. What does contradicts mean? Because we don't want to, sound like we're idiots, right? Contradict, deny the truth of a statement by asserting the opposite. You understand what that means? It didn't say that you're telling a lie. You're just making a statement that isn't the same. You're making an opposite statement of what they want you to say. So let's look at what it says right here. So if you say anything that's opposite to your local health authorities or the World Health Organization guidance about specific health conditions or substances, saying you didn't have to inject this stuff into your body. You know what? You can actually just eat herbs or vegetables, or pray to your God and he can restore you. No, if the World Health Organization didn't say pray to your God, it could heal you from all these ailments, then you know what? you're going into misinformation. The border, you went outside the border of the information. But I got one more precept on this, and I'm gonna let you cook, right? And it says the policy includes the following: prevention misinformation, treatment misinformation. So if you go against what they say you should do in treatment, meaning that you should inject this to you, and you say no, I'm gonna do the opposite. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go to my God and pray, and He's gonna heal me. That's misinformation. You see how that border was set up? But we have the denial misinformation. If you say, you know what, they're trying to push a narrative. This is true. X, Y, and Z is true. And you're like, that's not true. Misinformation. Because they want you to be able to be driven by the borders of knowledge that they set up in these last days. But let me show you one thing, and I'm gonna pass it to you. So they say treatment misinformation. Let's look at this word right here. Treatment and misinformation, right? How you treat yourself if you're ill. If they say you should take this, and you say, no, I'm gonna take the opposite. I'm not gonna take that. Let's see what the Lord said real quick. We're just gonna just get this real quick. Let's see what the Lord said we should take for us, right? I think it's 16 and 12. Let's see if this is misinformation. Let's see if the Lord's words are misinformation. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon 16 and 12. Who should I believe in? The so-called Esau, the ones that is hungers, the ones that were testing on us in the Tuskegee air experiments, injecting us with syphilis, the ones that were, and these are not misinformation. This is credible facts that you can find. The tools used for gynecology that were founded on the manipulation, torture, and destruction of slaves without anesthesia for depraved purposes, which led into the modern, creation of a lot of medical techniques and tools. Man, they built that off of destroying our people. That's not misinformation. That's facts. That's history. You understand? But the Lord said, what? If I say I don't want to inject myself because I believe that's something that's going to harm me, they say that's misinformation. The World Health Organization, the WHO said that, or your local health authority said, you know what? You should drink gasoline if you want to. That's just an example. That's not what they said. So you can take that as you want. That's not a fact I'm leading out to. It's a very exaggerated example of what could be potentially given to you. But if they say it, you got to do it. And if you say, no, I'm not going to do that, now what you're doing, they said that's called the border. You went outside the border of information. So now you are misinformation. But I'm going within the border of the word of the Most High God. The Lord said on Wisdom of Solomon 16 and 12, for it was neither herb nor mollifying plaster that restored them to health, but thy word, O Lord, which healeth all things. So my border is the word of the Lord. But because it's the opposite of them, now what? I'm misinformation because I got information that this is the pure holy word of the Most High God. I have freedom of what you would call religion and belief and thought. But if I share that openly on a platform that, you know what, I don't believe I have to take X, Y, and Z to be healed, I'm not going to do that. They said I should, but I don't. My God said I don't have to because it's not going to help, because He said it's Him that heals me. So these are things that you got to understand. These are the borders that they're setting up. You can just physically now see how simple their mind works. Let's put train carts to block people. Let's put ungodly policies to block people. Let's do everything we can do to block people, because what did the Lord say? Because they think that they have the ability to set all the borders of the earth. And I yield with that.
Hey man, you over there cooking, man. It's crazy. And you touch upon a lot of things, man. I actually seen and just going into exactly what you're saying, man. Esau, his word is bond. If you say anything against his word, even though he tell you have free speech, you're able to do whatever the hell you want to. You do something that's against them, hey, he'll shut you down, man. I just seen a article on End Time Headlines, right? Edomite family, they didn't want their child to get a sex change, man, and so now they lost the right to their child. You see that? And that's something small, man. We see it all the time, man. You talk about when we was talking about during the time of 2020. when people was talking about getting poked, man. You got y'all thing you had was fact checkers come up on every single video. Hey, misinformation, but it was all true statements, man. And then they end up doubling back on it 2 years later and say, yeah, we was wrong. Oh no, I didn't say that. I didn't say you had to get a poke. But and then they showed the video of them actually saying that. So there's crafty cops going here, crafty things being happening, man. And here's another crafty thing that's going on. Can you bring up that next article about Russia, Baba Gashab?
Hey, we're just about to get straight into it, brother. Oh, hold on. Yes. Oh, I almost I got long-winded. I didn't even get to hit the point. I don't want to hit. Let me say this, and we can bring that up.
Go ahead.
This is what I was saying about Esau. This is why, because we're going to go right into this next article. That's what I was trying to get to. Genesis 4:12. It said, "When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth." Right? That's what I was getting to, is that Esau spread himself like cancer all over the earth, reset boundaries and borders in all forms of fashion. And they don't even act like they one and the same people just because they're in a different place. They playing the vagabond game. Like, that ain't my people. That's not I didn't come from there. You know what I'm saying? They got their hands up. They playing like they don't know that this is the next thing that you're going into. This is why I bring this brother. I want to bring this out, because what this brother was going into. Go ahead, King.
Hold on. Go back to that verse real quick. It says what? Right. When thou till the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. That's why Esau got to go around killing everybody, because there's no way for him to live unless he kill up people and get them to do the stuff for him, because they can't till the earth. And it's crazy that they want to be farmers, man. Right? They show you like McDonald, they just show you a so-called white man, man. But the Lord said, y'all banned from the earth. The earth is not going to give y'all its strength. Salaki, I just had to say that real quick. Go ahead, King. Go ahead.
No, you cooking, King. And look at it. Okay, let's go back to Egypt, right? You know, what happened when Joseph got into the land of Egypt? What did Pharaoh do to get to Joseph?
Threw him in jail.
But before that, though, you remember when he got there, he gave him all his strength except his seed as Pharaoh, man. Just because he knew that the Hebrews, the Lord was with us, and we were going to make the land bountiful. So he gave all that authority to Joseph to bring all of that strength of the land, to yield all the benefit of the out of the land. That's why Joseph had that power and authority.
The increase. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what happened with us. What happened when they put us in this land? We were thriving in this land, right? But the moment that they took over it, what started happening? The land started to die. Everywhere they go, they pillage and suck the life out of all of the resources, because they don't know how to restore. They just know how to take.
Look at Mexico.
You say what?
I said, look at Mexico.
Huh? And what do they? You know what rule they really don't understand? What law they don't really understand? Why they have no ability to ever bring anything forth out of the land?
I already know it. The earth Sabbath, giving the land rest every 7 years.
They don't know how to do that. The Jubilee, man. You know,
they reap, or they switch the crop around so they can drain the land of its resources. Man, it's crazy.
And that's what they did to the people. That's what they did to the resources, the minerals, the animals. Look what they're doing. Look at the ocean, man. We say that in a lot of different ways, but look at the ocean. They've drained it from its bottom feeders to the point where it's polluted. Now you have flesh-eating bacteria because there's nothing to clean it, because you're eating the things that needed to be disgustingly disposed of.
Crazy.
You see what I'm saying? So, but we can go on for a minute on that. But the reason I'm bringing that out is because you're gonna think of it like a lot of people naturally would go and say, "Hey, you know, what did you just bring out? We brought this one out right here." It said, Russia lawmakers offers to help Texas get independence from the U.S. because of the border thing that we're talking about, right? But you look at these people, they're all Caucasians. They all come from the Caucasus Mountains. This dude looked like a damn Caesar. This dude looked like a damn freaky, creepy Greek, right? This dude right here looks like the same damn Roman emperor. And they all Caucasian. They all Russian. They're British. And they're all the same cursed ugly ass vagabond. Look at this ugly face right here. Look at his goddamn face. Bring this dude's face in
Like a
the
Nazi. Man.
this dude looks like he just said hi. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like this, but like he really
Got that
how's the best
hell.
way to say this? I'm trying to think of the best way. I feel like he's thinking of he's like it looked like an engineer, right? This dude's maybe an engineer, maybe automobiles, right? And he
Yeah.
likes to work on like engines, right? So I think he might be trying to like come up with good ways to make gas chambers, with combustion things. You know what I'm saying? Like places to put people, things in it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he looked like one of those dudes that designed the whole goddamn,
Concentration camp.
no, we gotta like concentration juice. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
You
okay,
can't just, you see, you gotta come up with some better, context. This dude looks like him, man. Sergei Mironov, Russian lawmaker, the wickedest. Look at him, white power. That's what he's throwing up right there. Down Santa Claus looking at. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, these people are the vagabonds of the earth, and they acting like I'm gonna come and help. How are you gonna help yourself destroy yourself? Bring the precept out. We already know a kingdom divided against itself shall what?
Cannot stand, man.
Cannot stand.
And that's gonna be because they're prideful. That's why they're doing this to one another, man. Right. It's kind of like the 12 tribes, man. And I'm gonna tell you, right? It's kind of like Judah, right? Judah was the head tribe, but then what? They got mistreated. They started mistreating Ephraim, and because of that, what happened? Now there was a split, and now Ephraim and Judah, they got a division between one another, man. It's kind of similar with Esau, man. The Russians, hey, they think they're above the so-called American Edomites. The American Edomites think they're better than the European Edomites, man.
Shoot, you getting into damn Maccabees, man.
You see that?
The princes, man. And then what did happen? The wickedness increased on the earth.
Because each one of them trying to be more wicked than each other to take each other down, man.
See that? Because they want to have one king, but we already know who's the king. Yahushua, man. That's the true king. You know what I'm saying? Shalom, sister. Shalom.
Shalom.
Why would you want to change the way the Most High made you? Because Esau isn't satisfied with anything, man. The Lord said that he would gather. Would he not just leave one grape after he gathered it? He got to not only gather all the grapes, he got to pull up the damn vineyards too. And then he's gonna not just steal that, then he's gonna take all the wood out of the land. And then he's so wicked, he'll take the fertilized good soil, steal that, and then sell it to somebody else, and then salt the earth so nobody else can plant there. Because he's so wicked. Hey. And the Most High he's not of the Most High. He's an adversary. He is Satan on the earth. He is not of the Most High. So that's why, sister. They want to do everything against the Most High.
Hey, and you brought out this point earlier, man, and I know you know this precept, right? The Lord is not the author of what?
Confusion. What verse and chapter I can put on the screen, King?
You're gonna have to Google it, King.
Oh, I got you.
The Lord is not the author of confusion, man. And why are we saying that?
I think that's 1 Corinthians. I'm not gonna lie. So,
you think so? I think it's in the prophets. My screen kind of froze, so I don't know if you found it or not.
Yeah, I got it. 1 Corinthians 14:33.
Oh, damn, I was wrong.
And that's all good. We can't be two. That's why we support each other, brother. We got the word of the Lord. We'll never be confounded.
You're absolutely right. Let's get that real quick.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 14 and verse 33. For Yahweh is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of saints. That's not the one you wanted. I know which one you wanted. He's not the author of confusion. Confusion's of the devil.
Yeah, that's the one I want. So you want to know why they're changing everything? Because they're the devil, man. They want that confusion. Now they want to tell a man you can be a woman. They want to tell a woman you can be a man. And then you can tell a woman that you're not a man or a woman. Now you can be a cat, and you can be a furry, have sex with other furries. You see that? So they want that confusion, man. They want, because confusion brings forth the devil's evil spirits, man. And it makes no sense why you would want to change it, but the Lord created them to be that wicked. He already knew in the beginning, man. That's what he told us what? Do not separate ourselves from our enemy, man. That's been a known thing.
Well, you're talking about. I know what you're trying to say. Let your yays be yays and your nays be nays. Because if anything else, that's of the devil. That's basically that one.
That's what I was thinking. Though. I got. See that conflating scriptures, man.
Yeah, but hey, either way, the Lord is not the author of confusion.
Exactly. So
That-
hey, if it's not of the Lord, what is it of? That's plain, man. That's simple, right? But so you got now Russia. They're trying to help Texas. You know what I'm saying? Separate from the U.S. You know what I'm saying? And that's important. Pay attention though. This is the point I wanted to make earlier. Everybody's focusing on Texas. Everybody's focusing on Texas, going to the border to Texas, the borders of Texas, building that up. But what about New Mexico, California, right? Arizona. What about all of that area? They're giving you a place to look so they can go around the side, man. And that's strategic. Now you can't track how many people are truly coming in. This is an invasion, low key, and I'm all praise to the Lord. I'm glad for it, man. Because this economy, the jobs, you know what I'm saying? All of Babylon's gonna slowly start to crumble. Go ahead, King.
Yeah, I'm gonna read some of this article real quick.
Go ahead.
This is the article titled "Russian Lawmaker Offers to Help Texas Get Independence from the U.S." Right, and it's going into Russian lawmaker Sergei Mironov offered to help Texas get independence from the United States in a social media post on Saturday. Texas Governor Greg Abbott and the Department of Justice have been battling in court over the immigrant deterrent tactics and the governor has implemented to stop the massive influx of illegal immigrant crossings at the U.S.-Mexico border. That right there in itself is hilarious to me in itself. To stop the influx of illegal migrants crossing. They're the illegal migrants that cross here. What the hell are you talking about? First off, then they said there were more than 2.4 million encounters at the U.S.-Mexican border during the 2023 fiscal year, up from roughly 1.7 million from 2021. Saying basically it's trying to say it's run up about almost a million. According to the U.S. Customs and Borders, right? In a recent legal blow to Abbott, this is the governor of Texas, the Supreme Court, which is the federal government, on Monday sided with Biden administration, temporarily allowing federal agents to take down razor wire along parts of the southern borders while litigation of the issue proceeds. So they had to basically the United States federal government is fighting at a state level. The state is like, we're going to do what we want to do, and the federal government is the head honcho that says if it's a federal law, that is law. States can regulate their own minor laws, but it can never trump federal law, right? And it says that the federal government wants the ability to say, we're going to cut down borders. But he says, right here, it said the White House has called Abbott's tactics like razor wire and circular saw floating barriers. These dudes got floating barriers with like wood cutting circular saws on them. So when people are coming across, they can cut themselves and bleed out and die in the river, man. They can die cutting, trying to climb a fence. They want to kill our people that are trying to come back into this country that's theirs, right? And it says the tactics like razor wire and circular saw floating barriers on the Rio Grande River dangerous and cruel, while Abbott called the razor wire an effective deterrent. Just like they, when you know what the effective deterrent was? Hound dogs, cowbell collars on runaway slaves. Those were effective deterrents that that basically hold on, put these out here for that number. That was very easy for our people to see and be like, nah, you know what? We're not gonna try to run away no longer because look, I'm aware they're wicked. I was just making a mistake. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow. Basically just showing like how crazy these people are. That they would put these giant cowbell collars on us. You know what they used to do to keep us from talking back? They'll put like a mask with like a bar in it and then open your jaw, a metal bar, and just stuff it in there and tighten it so your mouth is stuck open with a metal bar. And then when they whoop you, you'll bite down on that metal bar and break your teeth.
Hey, hey, they also used to use Iron Maidens. I don't know if people know what that is.
Yeah.
Pretty like a big iron coffin, and in there there's spikes, man. And it would shut the door and let us bleed to death slowly. While they
Yeah.
beat sides, throw stuff in there. You know what I'm saying?
Put fire on the side to heat it up to make you burn and push yourself into another spike a little harder.
And you're in there for weeks. So you got, crap, piss all over the ground. You peeing on you and crapping on yourself, man.
Yeah. Bacteria from infections.
And that's the thoughts of the so-called white man. They come up with ways to do that wicked stuff, man.
But what did the so-called Edomite call it? He said it's an effective deterrent, meaning that, hey, we'll break you. What's your name, boy? A whip is an effective deterrent. You understand? And this is what he says. Following the Supreme Court ruling 5-4, Abbott declared the right to self-defense in a response to President Joe Biden's immigration policies in a statement on Wednesday. Amid all the fighting over how to handle the border, calls for Texas independence have been boistered in a movement coined as Texas. However, the state can't legally secede from the U.S. according to the 1869 case Texas versus White, because they tried to do it before, in which it was ruled that the individual state can unilaterally decide to leave the union. So they're trying to strong arm them. A lot of people don't realize how these states are held together. The state has the ability to say, we want to be independent. Even if they have laws, they can. That's what a revolutionary civil war is called. There's laws like Britain. You can only do this when you guys get over here. They said, hell with that. No, we're going to do what we want to do. And if you want to do what you want to do, what you're going to have to do to enforce that? Fight. That's why Russia said, we will offer help. And what kind of help are you talking about? They're going to try to put damn nuclear weapons in Texas, man. They're going to come in, because Russia ain't going to step foot on the soil. But what did they do to Ukraine? Did America have to go step foot in Ukraine to help them fight against the tyrannical government oppressing those people? So ain't payback a SOB? Russia's gonna start sending Texas governor nuclear weapons to be like, you know what? Y'all now we give y'all government won't give it to you. We'll give y'all arms to fight your government.
Hey, Salakia. And if the Texas was to ever leave the U.S., that would be a big hit on the economy, because Texas is the fourth leading place economically, man.
All right, let's look that up. Texas GDP versus U.S. GDP. Texas
GDP is higher than Mexico's.
Yeah, let's just versus U.S. Let's see this. Can we get let's do. I want to see if we can get an image. It's easier to kind of deal with. Let's see. Let's see a better one. We're gonna kind of get into a little sticky shit right here with. We'll just call it like this. We'll just tell you like this. Texas is one of the largest grossing states because of the natural resources of oil. Do a lot of drilling, the medical capital fields of the entire world. So when you got a lot of things that are coming out with the money for the United States is coming out of the only resources they got, which is oil over here. And that's where who's one of the biggest the drilling companies. States, Texas. You're gonna have Oklahoma right after that. You're gonna have Nebraska. You're gonna have a lot of these red states. All the red states love oil because they know that's the lifeline of people, man. It's the lifeline of this place only can sell, and they don't even have a lot of it in comparison to like the Saudi Arabian oil fields or anything like that. What they do have is we do have like shale drilling. We have all kind of reserves in on domestic. So go ahead.
You sound muffled a little bit.
Can you hear me? Is that better?
Yeah, it's a lot better.
All right, I just gotta get closer to the mic then. So yeah. So basically, America's gross does come out of a lot of it comes out. I think it was like 14% of the country's growth came out of it.
Mm-hmm.
It was something crazy. I saw an article on it not too long ago. But this is so think about it. So now you got Russia, I mean, trying to help Texas break away. You got Esau trying to divide Esau, man. This is beautiful, right? You got it trying to come through and slowly chip away from the things they stole from the Issacharites and the damn Reubenites and the Gadites over here and all these in this area. They're saying we're gonna just like we're doing for Ukraine and Crimea and all those over there. We're gonna help you guys start separating state by state to lessen and make the United States smaller. But what was happening? What happened in the response to that? Look, let's watch this. Let's watch this. What happened?
This is for defending ourselves by eliminating jobs and hurting our economy. Governor Abbott is refusing to cave to his demands, so the president issued punitive sanctions by pausing liquid natural gas exports. This will directly affect the economy.
So we just said that Texas' major money import or revenue comes from natural oil, gas. So because they're trying to open up the borders or trying to fight to keep the borders, Biden is doing things that they're sanctioning Texas. So you got America putting sanctions on its own country, saying we won't let you guys make no money in the United States. That's how stupid Esau is. Look at this stupid ass state. He said, I'm gonna cut off my hand because you don't want to listen to me, and y'all, it's gonna only hurt their wicked ass country by pausing any exports, so they can't even sell their product outside. And how you sanction? That's what they did to Russia when they started the war with Ukraine. You can't buy or sell anything Russian. China, when they got certain things with China, they got sanctions on China. They got sanctions on North Korea. America is sanctioning itself at this point. It's got to be like America. The government has dementia or some shit.
Hey, America's already in debt.
Oh, that's finished now.
They're already in debt. They owe so many people so much money, and now they're trying to add sanctions on the people that's making the money.
Bro, read this comment right here, brother. Can you see this?
Nah, what'd it say?
I'm gonna make it go big. Watch this.
Biden has just decided.
Let's go to war. Look, they're ready. Let's go to war then.
This is Esau in America saying, let's go. This is on public forum. So if we're talking about the truth of the scriptures and we get our videos taken down, right? But they can post, let's go to a war with our own government because they're done with the bullshit. I'm telling you, there's wickedness in high places, man.
Biden has just decided to punish Texas for defending ourselves by eliminating jobs and hurting our economy. Governor Abbott is refusing to cave to his demands, so the president issued punitive sanctions by pausing liquid natural gas exports. This will directly affect the economy, the people of Texas, and possibly the whole country. Literally treating Texas like Russia. Grand Old Patriots posted on X, in retaliation to the Republican governor's decision to stand with Texas and Greg Abbott, the Biden administration paused all liquefied natural gas projects, blaming climate change and MAGA Republicans. Top 2 LNG terminals in the U.S. are located in Texas. Biden said this pause on new LNG approvals sees the climate crisis for what it is, the existential threat of our time. While MAGA Republicans willfully deny the urgency of the climate crisis, condemning the American people to a dangerous future, my administration will not be complacent. We will not cede to special interests. When Governor Abbott called him out on this was Biden's response.
We have to fight for clean air in our communities and to lower costs for American families, including energy costs. Today's pause on new natural gas export approvals recognizes the climate crisis for what it is, the existential threat of our time. It's a threat, a serious threat.
Biden is at war against his own country and continues to harm Americans instead of helping them. Biden.
Hey, you see that? All praise to the Most High, man. They're hurting themselves, man. That's what you call what they say,
self-sabotage.
Yeah, definitely self-sabotage, but they're sadists, man. They get off, they're freaks. They like getting off the pain. They like to hurt themselves to make themselves feel good. But the Lord said they're gonna turn his hand, he's gonna turn their hand on each other, on themselves. So basically, it's like, if you ever look at any of these episodes that you see about, self-harm, you see a lot of them Edomites cutting themselves and doing all kind of different stuff to themselves, man. I've never one time in my thought of my whole life, I said, you know what? I don't need this hand. I'm just gonna cut it off. I'm just tired of looking at it. I don't, all these fingers. Who needs this many fingers? I'm just gonna cut my ears off. Like, that's how they think, because they're disgusting, vile creatures, self-destructive, vile creatures. So that's what you got to look forward to in these border states. This is where the state of the world is at. So if y'all think that everything's gonna return back to normal, you're gonna get your damn 401ks in, and you're gonna go back to the whole, or we can retire with ease mindset. This place is falling apart. The Lord is here to come and destroy these kingdoms of disgust, man. The Lord's coming to save us, man. See the times. Go ahead, what you got?
Hey, Salaki, doesn't it say in Obadiah 1:8 that those that are confederate with thee have to seize thee? Isn't that? Huh?
I'm about to see. Let's check it out. Obadiah 1:8. It says, verse 7. It says, okay, let's start with verse 6. It says, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All these hidden policies, what you're talking about, brother. How do you figure out what the so-called United States and Russia and all these Edomite rulers are doing? Verse number 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. Ain't that what we're talking about? The border? Mm-hmm. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. That they that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding from him.
See that? And that's perfectly said, man. Hey, that doesn't exclude, you know what I'm saying, those of the EU, of the United Nations, but also of America itself, man. Right?
Exactly. Beautiful point, brother. Cooking on that point, man. Really cooking on that point. So, check it out. And the Lord said on verse 8, shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and the understanding out of the mount of Esau? So you goddamn, tell me that's a wise thing. If you was a ruler, would you be sanctioning your own, your highest grossing state to be like, I'm not gonna let y'all niggas, y'all ain't gonna let y'all make no money. And it's a part of your empire. It's a part of your power. And you're just mad because they want to control the border to keep it without being. Where's the wisdom in Esau right now? Where is it? It's behind a man that wears a diaper and who has dementia. See that? And that's baffling. So if you put your trust in Esau and these people, the Lord said He's driven out their understanding. They don't even understand why they do what they do. They're just doing things just because they have pride.
Winging
it. They're winging it. And what does the Lord say about pride? It goes before what?
Destruction.
And that's what you're seeing happen to the economy all over the earth. All of these nations are pridefully being destroyed and being brought down low. And they have no understanding. So they're going to continue to chop away at their own self until they're laid waste, man. And so that's what's going on in the earth and in Texas and the United States so far, which is you got international eyes. Like we brought out, you got to think about it. Russia is looking at this, talking about they can help the United States, Texas succeed from the damn United States. And you know what Texas is? Texas is red, white, and blue too. So is Russia. The same people, man.
Hey, Salakia. Right? I want to point out something real quick, man. Russia, they're watching the American news to see what's going on in America, man. And they looking for things they can capitalize on. Look how long it took them to say that statement. It took them like a week. Just a week. You know what I'm saying? So they're watching America. Right? You got to study your enemy and know how your enemy move before you can hunt it down. That's what they do in the animal kingdom, man. Kind of watch their prey for weeks. Find out what the watering hose is, and they'll go and wait at the watering hole for you to show up, man. Con, that's it. You go ahead, King.
No, you cooking, brother. And that's kind of like leads us into the same thing. Our next topic basically is like, the U.S. literally, what did you bring out in Habakkuk 2:5, man? That they can't keep their foot at home, right? So now you got war. You basically got a civil war going on within your own country. Right, you got a state trying to fight against its government to get what it wants. Now you got what? Ukraine, Israel, all of these countries being funded by the United States and their armies, right? So now that they're stretching themselves really thin, getting into every nation. They're getting into war with every nation. They're putting their foot into everybody's background. So right now, you got the U.S. is trying to attack Iran in hopes of supporting the things that are going on in the war in Israel, man. But watch, let's watch this little clip real quick. Let's see what this Edomite, because Esau like telling, like, these are the wise men of Edom. Shall we read it again? Shall I not in this day, said the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and understanding out of the mount of Esau, out of the whole power in the nation, they're going to be destroyed with their wisdom. But look, if you got the eyes to see, let's watch Esau destroy himself, and we have a front row seat to be able to be happy to watch this happen. Let's see what they're going to say now. Let's go.
Hey, Jack, did you hear the news? Yeah. We got 3 American soldiers dead. Obviously, at this point, that's kind of old news. It's been about 24 hours.
You see how callous Esau is about his own people that he claims that he loves so much, proud to be an American. He says we have 3 dead, basically not just a couple of days ago. I don't think it's that easy for the families to say, you know, for hell with them. They died a couple of days ago or a week ago. He's like, that's old news, right? Don't give a damn. Esau's a murderer. Watch this. He's talking to his dog about this.
A base in Jordan, Tower 22, I think they're calling it. Anyways, let's just take a look at why it happened. And like, this is besides the point. Like, we're also at war. Like, at this point, we are galloping towards World War III at this point. Like, it's the fact that they even had the balls to do it is like a pretty big sign, you know. Anyways, let's I digress. So you got Joe Biden saying we will respond, and I mean, keep in mind, Iran is denying that they had any involvement. So I mean, do we believe them? Tough call. Biden, he went on to say that we had a tough day at the office for Americans. We lost 3 brave souls, and it sucks. But that got me to thinking, like, so what do the Palestinians call it when they lose 1,000 people in a day?
Ooh, the wise men of Esau bringing up, showing forth that they don't have no understanding. Israel has no understanding out there, man. Esau, Amalek has no understanding. Their own people are calling it like they lose 3 people. They said it's a tough day, but when it comes down to the so-called enemy of Esau, 1,000 a day, they deserve to all get eliminated. They're talking about they're going to exterminate all anybody that lives in Gaza or in basically any Hamas, which means they're on a campaign to destroy any Arab people. But that's not a tragedy that you got, you know. Well, you know, for us, we understand what the Lord's declaring, so we all like, oh, praises to the destruction of this nation. But Esau gonna cry about the 3, but he's gonna rejoice in the thousands of he destroys. I'm gonna keep letting him play fair use, by the way.
That's a tough day. That's a double dog dare type of tough day. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, it all sucks. It's all poor people. The slave class.
The what class? It's okay because you call him the Esau right here. He doesn't even know how prideful raping like he is. He's calling these people that are getting bombed the slave class because he actually feels like he's above them too. And you know who the true slaves are? The Israelites. Hey, we're the true slaves.
Salaki, can you hear me?
Huh?
Hey, there's a video I sent to brothers. I want to say yesterday. They're now saying that the Palestinians, the people that's being killed right now, hey, they're the children of the land. They're the children of Israel.
That's madness, man.
And they trying to say that their DNA matches up. So now
that's
they're
madness.
trying to, you see that? So now they're trying to paint them as the children of God, but we know the truth, man.
But they all try to steal our identity. Because look, this is what you just said right there. And I would not even that it's because it's up for grabs, brother. You understand? You know, that's literally the Lord put that out there, and we all know this right here. This is a classic. And you know what? I'm gonna get a newsflash out there to everybody. All the scriptures is a classic. We all been here for a long time. Every verse is a classic. You understand? And so, but let's bring out the cherished words of the Most High. He says, Psalms 83. And let's just start from 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, an agreement, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. The Arab man is not a hidden man. Esau is not a hidden man. The so-called blacks, natives, and Hispanics are the hidden people because they don't know who they are. That's just point blank in understanding of why we know we're the Lord's people. Because they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Is the name of Ishmael in remembrance right now?
Yep.
So how can you be Israel if you know you're Ishmael? Y'all remember, y'all got Saudi Arabia. You're the king of Arabia, man, Persia, all that. But let's look at this real quick though. Look, it says, I just want to bring this out. For they have consulted together with one consent, and that means multiple people. They are confederate against thee, and that's Israel. It says, let's start with it. The tabernacles of Edom, which is so-called Russians, so-called Romans, so-called Americans, so-called British, so-called Europeans, all of these Edomites, man. And the Ishmaelites, the Gazans, the damn Saudi Arabians, the people who inhabit Egypt now, all of those people, the Palestinians, all of those are Ishmaelites, man. So the first top 2 people that are going to be against you and trying to make sure your name is no longer there and to be trying to basically coin flip and fight for it is Edom and Ishmael. Because you never see Moab say, we're the Israelites. They know better than that. You never see no other nation in the world trying to fight to say that Israel, other than Ishmael, which is a descendant from Abraham, which got casted off, right? And then it went to Isaac, his brother, which is of the chosen seed line, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And who else is doing that? Edom, Esau, because he was cast off just like Ishmael was cast off. And where did it go to? Us, Jacob. So the only 2 people that could be next in line, they think, is Ishmael and goddamn Esau, man. So all the descendants of them are over here in some way or fashion vexed and envying the true children of Israel, which are the hidden ones, which is us, the so-called black natives and Hispanic, and that's a fact. Thus said the Lord. Go ahead, King.
Hey, Con, let's kind of get back on that video, man.
Con, let's keep it going.
AKA the middle class, if you want to call it that. Poor people dying on behalf of some rich fucks. Regardless, just food for thought. I thought that was kind of funny. I don't know. Basically, Trump's peace plan that he proposed involved like annexing parts of Jordan, specifically the Jordan Valley. Okay, it looks like the 86% of it is farmland. So yeah, that might be important if we're going into a war. You know, it also has a military strategic value because it forms the border between Jordan to the east and Israel. So obviously, yeah, it makes sense. Also, we're dealing again with trade routes, supply chain. Starting to become a common theme here. So yeah, Jordan Valley trade route, pretty vital to Arab countries being able to have access to goods. Again.
So like it says in Genesis, the 4th chapter, man. Hey, the earth is not going to give up its strength unto you, right? That's why they're trying to go to war over there now, because the resources there. They just found a big oil deposit in the ocean, in the Red Sea over there, man. So now we've seen it all over again, the truth and the understanding that's going on. I'm on the bridge right now, so I might.
There he goes. He said he might break up. But that brother's cooking, man. He's cooking on something major right now. Because you see Esau's eye is always on, trying to take over something else, man. Trying to take somebody's goods away from him. You know what I mean? You know, that it's just crazy how they operate. But they have no consideration of, of the things that are belonging to other people, other nations. He really doesn't care. You know?
Right. I think that's it on that video. King, you might as well hit that article.
Yeah. I got you. So let's look at the next thing that we're trying to bring up out of here. Which we're gonna go into. And this is kind of what, like, I don't even know if y'all caught that he said that they're running into World War III, which is already, if you find out that it's World War III, you don't even know how long it's already been taking place. You're just gonna be the last one to find out, But this is an article that says, alert, plans for U.S. strikes on Iranian personnel and facilities have been approved. So it's approved that they're gonna start launching at Ishmael, man. It said U.S. officials have confirmed to CBS News that plans have been approved for a series of strikes over a number of days against targets, including Iranian personnel and facilities inside Iraq and Syria. The strikes will come in response to drone and rocket attacks targeting U.S. forces in the region, including the drone attack on Sunday that killed 3 U.S. service members at the Tower 22 base inside Jordan near the Syrian border. That's exactly what we were just discussing. That's what that Edomite was talking about, that they're running into war over there with Ishmael. And what's going to happen is going to be what? Retaliation. Especially because they're bold. They're going to start targeting people. But what did the Lord say about that? Let's see. Is it better to have war, or what did the Lord say about war? And this is what Esau doesn't understand. Esau really has no understanding on this. I'm gonna bring out the book of Ecclesiastes 9 and 18. Watch this. Esau has none understanding. That's what the book of Obadiah said. That's what the Lord's been telling us, and that's how we understand that they operate. Check this out. Let's just start with verse 16. We'll start with verse 16. Ecclesiastes 9 and 16. Then said I, wisdom is better than strength. Nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard. How many people ignore us on the highways and hedges and the byways, man? And we always tell them, hey, man, money ain't going to be able to save you in these last days. You're not going to be able to save yourself in these last days. No matter what you think you got going on, if you don't have the wisdom of the Lord, which is the law, statutes, commandments, Yahweh Shai, the faith, and diligence to love the Lord, you're not going to make it in these last days. But what did the Lord say? Wisdom is better than strength. And true Israel has no might in their hands, man. We're waiting to be redeemed. We're being destroyed on a high level on all fronts, physical, spiritual, everything that you can imagine. We're targeted. We have no weapons. And the thing that we would have as our weapon, which is the word, most of our people despise it. They put it aside.
Hey, you said something real crazy, man. You said we're being targeted physically, spiritually, mentally, and we have no weapons, man. That's why the Lord said what? There's spiritual wickedness in high places, and that we wrestle with the principalities of this world, man, of the air. Right? Everything here is made to be against us, man. And the only thing that's for you is what? The scriptures and the Most High God, Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, man. And your brothers and sisters in this truth, Baba Shah. That's it.
No, Khan, beautiful points, man. Because without you, man, will we be doing this show right now, brother? Because we got each other to do this show.
Hey,
this show to exalt the name of the Lord. That's our power. That's our weapon. That's our strength. The Lord said He's our strength. He said He would fight for us. And that's what let me see. I want to find that scripture, man. But the Lord said what? I'm gonna finish this out though. It says, "So a poor man's wisdom is despised." So when we're out there teaching, hey, thus saith the Lord said, hey, man, cast these things of the world aside, man. Come and restore yourself in the world, in the truth, and be no longer a part of this world. What happened to the people that we tell that to? They tell us, nah, y'all are crazy. You know what I mean? Y'all don't understand what y'all saying. You know what? I got this switch over here. I got all this and I got all that. But they don't have the Lord. You understand? And our words are despised because we tell you, come back to the Most High. But what does the wicked do? It says, hold on, the words of the wise man are heard in a quiet more than a cry of him that ruleth among fools. So if you really have ears to hear, man, you'll be able to hear it in the quiet over somebody yelling at you, man. If you have that ears to hear the Lord, if you actually have the Lord within you, you're going to be able to hear His words when it counts, man. But this is the point of where Esau is in my spirit. He said, "Wisdom. Wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sinner destroyeth much good." And that's Esau right there. We don't need weapons. We don't need guns. Because the Lord's going to come and get us. And we already know what Wisdom of Solomon 5 talks about. That it's going to be a strange thing to see how we get saved up out of here. They're going to be like, not these people that we had in derision. We didn't have to shoot nobody. We didn't have to fight our way up out of here. The Lord's going to bestow us authority and power. And He's going to give us back our natural estate. And then we're going to get to getting, man. Then you're going to have the heathens trying to run. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to put their asses in chains, man. We're not going to be worried about, hey, how many weapons you got, how many nukes. When did the Lord say that the Israelites were not going to be able to put them in chains because they were going to have nuclear weapons? That wasn't a part of what the Lord said was going to happen. He said, look, I'm going to make you hunters and hunt them down out of every hole. And then we're going to put them in and take over our oppressors, those who oppress us. And guess what? That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm not going to lie. That's literally what I'm looking forward to, just because the Lord promised that to us, man. And there's no other excuse around that. Yeah, I'll praise the Most High, and that's a beautiful thing. So if y'all ain't looking, let's look a little bit at after what this weapon. What they say, they got weapons of mass destruction. Let's see if the Lord cares about their weapons of mass destruction. Let's just get a little bit of a glimpse of how great it's going to be for Israel in these last days if you keep diligent. It said, Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness. Because at one time, like we were, what the Lord said we was going to be, we're poor right here. What do you say? The poor man's wisdom is despised. But we're going to get restored. And the Lord said, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him. So we're going to be able to stand in front of every nation that disrespected us, destroyed us, killed us, raped us, belittled us, diminished us, turned us against our own selves, against our own gods, made us sick to a place where it's some people are reprobates, what you call irreparable, man, and made no account of his labors and took everything from us, man. All our children, they separated all the land, the natural resources, the body parts they cut off of us, all of these things they didn't care about. The Lord said what? When they see it, when the heathens and our enemies see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. I don't know if y'all like that or not, but it's something amazing. It makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up when I think about how great of a power we must have in that day. That when they see us, they gonna be troubled with a terrible. Talking about, have you ever been pulled a gun on you to your face unexpectedly, or you remember when you was a kid, you felt like there was something coming up under your bed, like it's gonna just touch your foot, because you got to tuck your foot in, that terrible dread feeling. That's what the Lord's gonna give us. He said, and shall be amazed at the strange. It's not gonna be something that you can comprehend. Strangeness doesn't mean something logical. It's going to be just so confusing. It's going to be so dumbfounding. They're going to be so completely without words or course of action or thought. So far beyond all that they look for. We all go, and it's going to be amazing for us because our salvation is going to be like, I can't believe that when those brothers was on the corner saying, hey, the Lord going to crack the sky open. Host after host after a host of angels with our Lord and Savior Yahushua coming and bringing us into chariots, lifting us up as the world is being destroyed, and they're looking at you getting beamed up, and they're gonna be like, yo, what about us? I don't like men's no more. Remember that? What is I don't like men's no more. Let me get up in that chariot. Where the TDJ talking about I got swallowed me up in the chariots. That's not gonna happen, brother.
What he said? I am delivered.
I am delivered.
I am delivered.
I don't like men's no more. That's not gonna get you in that damn chariot, man. And what did the Lord say also? He said, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was that nigga, them Israelites, those curtain wearing, fringe wearing, those brothers that are out there talking about you can't eat roaches of the sea, you can't be disrespecting yourself as a woman, you know what I mean, just whoring it up out there. The people that was trying to reestablish integrity and order of self-respect and honor to a people and to their God. Those are the people that the Lord wants. Go figure. The ones that wanted to do what the Lord said is the people he saved.
See that? Hey, Eve, they call us lame, man. Because we don't like to do what they do. We lame.
Yeah, of course
we busters.
Yeah. We're not gonna we lame because we said, nah, that ain't you know what? We got respect, we got laws we follow, we have order. We're not, we're not into just depraved actions, man. We're not idolaters and we're not wicked men.
So they call us lame, right? And that's their slang, not knowing that they're spiritually lame, man. They got ailments spiritually.
And look at this, what it says. This was he, right? That's us, whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. Hell with these niggas, man. Niggas ain't good for shit.
Hey, that's TikTok. They got them TikTok videos about them Hebrew Israelites, and they'll sit there and make fun of us, man.
And this is gonna make, and I get so excited when I start looking at this stuff because it makes it all this suffering, all this anguish, all this disorder, all this chaos, all this anxiety. It just makes me feel so good when I read this because it's gonna be like the best, the weight of the world is gonna be lifted off of my spirit. And it's gonna be finally think about all that anguish, that weight that we carry as we know as Israelites being put on our enemies double times double, and they get all of that overwhelmingly, and they want to kill themselves. But then the Lord said, "You can try to kill yourself, but death ain't gonna be able to be found. You gonna have to deal with this." And they said, "We fools are counting his life madness and his end to be without honor," saying we ain't worth the damn. Y'all gonna die. Y'all ain't shit, and y'all gonna die like shit. Y'all ain't shit. But the Lord is not dealing with that. The Lord said, all right, we going to get the last laugh, man. And they're going to ask, how is he numbered among the children of Yahweh? And how is his lot among the saints? Because we the Israelites, man. That's why we amongst the saints. Because we are the ones that keep the will and order of the Lord with Yahweh Shai and the faith in Yahweh Shai, man. We're the ones that love the Lord with all our heart and soul. We're the ones that will die and put our people in a position of restoration and repentance to serve our God, even at the hand of them hating us, at the hand of them harming us, at the hand of us having to leave those we love to serve the Lord. There's more. You got to sacrifice, man. What the Lord teaches in the temple, man? Sacrifices are a thing, man. You're gonna have to lose something to gain something. And I'm going to lose the world. I'm going to lose anything that has to do with anything that goes against the law, the order of the Most High, man. I'll lose my life to keep the law and for the Lord, man. So I'm not above it. So nobody else is going to be above it in my eyes either, because I want to be numbered upon amongst the lot of the saints and amongst the children of Yahweh, man.
Beautifully said, man. Lose your life, lose friends, lose families, lose jobs, lose best friends, lose wives, lose husbands, lose children, man. Job lost all his children, man, just to gain what? Twice as many more, man. Better than the next one. Salakia, go ahead, King.
And the thing is that, man, we can touch on to a couple more things, right? We got a little bit more time to run on this episode, got probably a good another 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. So I'm gonna hit just on the talking about this right here, the strangeness, man. You want? I'm gonna jump into like the next one with the. I think we're gonna go into the strangeness of Esau, man. Esau is literally trying to do his best to get rid of us and every aspect of life. And I told you I'd like to bring this out that a lot of the stuff that they do to us comes from not just the things that you eat in the sense of doctrine, but actually the thing that Esau, like we've been talking about Esau separated from Esau. It's the things you nourish your spirit with. Like we gotta be like newborn babes with the milk. But once you get the milk and you drink a lot of milk, you should drink milk every day. Even if you can make meat and potatoes, you should still, wash it down with some milk, man. Make sure it stays down and stay full. But one thing that we know, we can't trust our enemies, man. So this is what's going on with Esau right now. Look how devilish this Edomite look. This is one thing that's going on in the world right now that they don't mind. This is a homegrown Edomite of the United States of America. Senator Mr. Bill Gates, the devil Bill Gates himself. It says Italy becomes first nation to ban Bill Gates fake meat. Oh, did y'all know Bill Gates had fake meat? Oh, I don't think people understood that. I didn't really think that they didn't. You thought that he was just just doing it. Watch this.
To say no to synthetic food, to so-called synthetic meat, it does so with a formal and official act. The resolutions called for a commitment to ban the production, marketing, and import of synthetic foods within our territory. These regulations aim to regulate situations where the environment or public health could be at risk, or when there is uncertainty regarding the effects of certain products that are being or will be introduced to the market or consumed. It is crucial to have measures in place to address these potential risks and ensure the safety of the environment and public health in such cases. Italy is the first nation to say no to synthetic food, to so-called synthetic meat. It does so with a formal and official act. The resolutions call.
And you see that? And that's one thing that y'all don't understand. That dude, Bill Gates, is already here. He bought up so many. Why do you think there were so many? It just seems very strange and coincidental. Let's say it like that. That a lot of farmlands, a lot of chicken, production plants
caught on fire. Like the largest one in the U.S. in Texas.
Yeah, but you remember all those thousands of cows that they found, 10,000 cows that were just dead all of a sudden out of nowhere, all at the same time. But now, this dude bought up a lot of land here, owns a lot of agricultural land here, but to build plants, to make synthetic meat, to build things that are not tested, to build things that are corrupt and abominable. And how many of these things have already, because you know what legislation is, right? So there's things that people don't understand is that you can be a donator to the legislature. So you can basically pay to pass laws. You understand? So you don't think that already to make this happen, where did this computer guy from making Windows start getting into the business of making artificial meat for the masses to consume? Why is he trying? And he's a big supporter of population control. It seems kind of ironic that you start eating this shit and then people start dropping like flies. But then it's like, hey, it breaks down and you can't really prove it because it breaks down to a natural compound that's unprovable inside of the body with an autopsy.
They used to lock you, right? And then you go to the doctor and the doctor tell you they don't know what happened.
See? Or they try to push it out there. Oh, this is healthier than real meat.
And then when you get sick, oh no, that's because you haven't been eating it all the way by itself.
Right. Or you know what? There's a new element out here that's kind of contributing to that. It ain't that, because it's making new money. But like I say, these are the things that you gotta guard because this is Italy, man. This is Esau divided against Esau, and they're saying we're not gonna let you even introduce marketing of that product in this country. You can't even talk about that type of shit over here. That's a law. We're banning it.
I don't know if a lot of Salaki, I'm sorry. I keep interrupting you. I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. But maybe think, How do fast food restaurants keep getting so much ready meat?
Get all that chicken when we having a chicken crisis, chicken shortage.
But no, but hear what I'm saying. Where did they keep getting all this meat? People have these theories about it, but how long have they been manufacturing fast food meat?
Ooh, okay, I see what you're saying.
And that's why they're like, y'all can't sell that over here because y'all been eating. Y'all don't even know y'all been eating it over here. It's been in production, passed into, and because they like, hey, we don't make, how think about that. They make good sense. How many cows can you really raise so fast? We was having millions of pounds of meat, but then you don't have time to allow the maturity rates to do that, and then they're all dying everywhere left and right. But you still haven't beef inside your organization. You have these products inside the organization, this chicken and this manufactured meats, man. They all come frozen, so you're not gonna look at it and be like, oh, that's not a real patty. And then cook it, you're not gonna be like, oh, that don't look like it. When you eat it, you're gonna be like, that's just the way McDonald's tastes. That's just the way Burger King tastes. You're not gonna think it's just even synthetic.
Hey, Salakia, man. And I would say this, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know. Overseas, hey, their food's a lot cleaner than ours over here in the Western world, man. And a lot of people know this. That's why so-called Italian people, when they get over here, to tell you pasta not the same, pizza not the same, right? The Chinese people, that's why they go to their own markets to get their food. Because it's grown different and it tastes different. They ain't got a whole bunch of chemicals in there. A lot of the chemicals that we use over here in America to like pesticides and stuff like that is actually banned overseas, man. So a lot of the things that they do overseas is actually better for them, right? That's why you get they live healthier and they kind of live a little bit longer than us, man. Salaki, I just had to get that out.
No, don't Salaki for bringing out the truth, brother. Never do that. Because you're right. A lot of the stuff that we do eat over here is illegal overseas. We brought that out in some other blowing the Trumps, like some of the products they can't eat Kellogg's over there, bro. Because it's like eating sheetrock. It's like eating straight cancer. That's why they like we don't even allow a lot of y'all products in these countries, Japan, all the nations that are in the East that have their own resources, and own agriculture, and own food sources. Don't allow things that come from this place of disgust because it's manufactured from death. It's literally engineered death. And we love it because they make you addicted to all the damn chemicals they put in it, man. You can say what you want, but when you drink a soda and this has fire retardant chemicals in it that basically can't set on fire, but it just holds the citrus flavor together, and we like, we love Sunkist. Think about how poison in our mind we are. Now, why do you think we're so crazy sometimes? Because we got a lot of damage. Just like this next product right here. We all, shoot, great value ice cream sandwich. Look at this. Hold on, let me just bring this out real quick.
Ice cream sandwiches from Walmart, this great value brand, doesn't melt. According to a few articles online, it's because of the mono and diglycerides, which are stated twice in here, and a few of the gums that prevent it from melting. I put it to the test. I put it on my kitchen counter at room temperature overnight to see how long it would take to melt. Unfortunately, it didn't melt. After sitting on the kitchen counter for over 13 hours, not a single drop, not a single leak. What kind of ice cream is this? I remember as a kid, these things would instantly melt in my hands. How long until it melts? Should I let it sit out for another 12 hours to make 24 hours and see if it actually does melt?
See that? And that's just ice cream sandwiches, man. What else are you eating that's like, man? And they packaging them up, making them all appealing to you, but they don't, the ice cream doesn't even melt no more.
Hey, Salakia, I went to Dairy Queen recently, and I ate the ice cream, and after I ate it, so I decided to look at the ingredients. And then I just happened to run across this video, and I was like, what? And I checked it. The same ingredients was in there, man. So that's even so that fast food restaurants.
Huh. And that's what I would call a crafty device. And if this is what they're putting in plain sight and you don't realize it, what else? And this is going to be probably our last little topic we can slide through for just a few minutes, and then we can close down because it goes into the same principle, like high power and high principles, wickedness in high places. These things that are supposed to be desserts and treats to make you feel like something to eat after you ate something well. These are poisons. These are horrible things that don't even break down. So if these things that you look at are supposed to be non-threatening, ice cream sandwiches you should not look at that and be like, that's a threat. What else do you have around you in your house that is making you And that's a threat that you're not even knowing, man. Watch this. I don't know if anybody's known this, but this is something that's been going on, that's been just recently found out that they've done by using AI to see, because AI is an engine, right? AI is something that is able to create from knowledge bases and server information whatever you want, because it can pull all the information. All you got to do is give it some simple commands, and it can gather those things together. It says this video shows how AI turns Wi-Fi routers into cameras that can see people through walls. And this is something you got to understand. Everybody who has Wi-Fi or internet at home has one of these in their house. And it doesn't have to be in the visible sight. It doesn't have, because it's going to explain it. It doesn't have to be in visible sight. And AI is doing it. AI has turned, they got technology. So now when you're thinking, is Esau watching me? Damn right he is. You know, oh, can I, if I unplug my camera, it's not as, the world isn't as simple as a camera. They need a camera to see you anymore. They can use your devices without cameras to see you. And let me show you how.
A camera looking at a space with people in it. That's sort of like coming in from one eye. The other eye is the radio signals, so sonar from the Wi-Fi router. And they just learned to predict, like, this is where the human beings are. Then they took away the camera. So all the AI had was the language of radio signals bouncing around a room. And this is what they're able to reconstruct. Real-time 3D pose estimation, right? So suddenly AI has turned every Wi-Fi router into a camera that can work in the dark, specially tuned for tracking living beings. So what they did is they had...
See that? So they used the technology to use the sonar from the Wi-Fi connecting signal to be able to detect the break in the signal being sent from the device to the router throughout the whole house, that because it has a radius that it connects to find a device to connect to. So it's like sonar, like when you're fishing, it sends a radio wave down, and then you can see, like, if that sound breaks, that's you're gonna see the outline of that fish or whatever creature's down there, that submarine, and it hits the back of the floor of the ocean and it bounces up. You're gonna see the other side, so you can get a 3D model based off of the sound going up and down. So now they're doing that with your router that is sending a Wi-Fi signal out and back from that on the devices back to be able to outline people, animals, whatever's moving around in your house, and you're not even realizing if they really wanted to. And this is the technology that these people are just openly using. Imagine what the government has hired people to do in the form of utilizing AI to come up with advanced weaponry monitoring systems, warfare, things of detection, sound. These are the things that are common used by common people. This is what, imagine what the government's been doing with this with specialists. So when you talk about, oh, Esau don't know what I got going on, you think that you can speak? No, they have ears, eyes on everything that you do. So all they got to do is care to just choose you to look at and listen to and watch. They want to find out what is it. So when the Israelites think they're going to hide and they're going to be able to carry things of the world with them, you're going to have to understand, you're going to have to avoid places of convenience, places of technology. You're going to have to leave your phone behind. When you want to go hide from Esau and you're in the wild and they're chasing us and hunting us down, you can't run into a building because there's all kind of technology in there and they can see you exactly where you are. So you're going to have to hide in the fields, in the pastures.
Hey, you touching on something crazy, man. Imagine Esau going door to door, right? You kind of turn your Wi-Fi router off, right? But your neighbor got theirs on, man.
Exactly.
You're still being seen and caught and recorded, man. That's why it's extremely important for us to have the Most High God, man. Only He can make us invisible to these things, man. Only the Lord truly knows what Esau got planned in the works, man. His devices, for real. Salaki.
No, don't Salaki, y'all. You're cooking, brother. You know, and that's basically why I'm going to leave it with this. Like, you know, we all should understand something, that in these last days, we're not going to be able to protect ourselves. We're not going to be able to do anything other than wait on the Lord, like we always say, right? You know, and we got to basically be in the shadow of the Lord, man. We got to be under His arm. We got to be hid behind His wings. You know what I mean? And this is what I'm gonna leave on this one. I'm gonna bring out my closing precept, and if you have one, let me know, brother. This is Psalm 17:8. Keep me as the apple of the eye, hide me under the shadow of thy wings. And that's what I hope the Lord does to all Israelites that are keeping these law, statutes, and commandments in these last days. that he keeps us, the apple of his eye, you understand, and protects us and hides us under his shadow away from all of these wicked people that hate us. They're going to hunt us and kill us to protect us and preserve us because we keep in the law, statutes, and commandments and the faith in Yahweh Shai. And we're not just doing it, we're teaching other people to do it. We're not just teaching them to do it, we're doing it ourselves. We're loving our people at no matter what it costs, because we love our God, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, for every cost. You understand? So my wish is, prayer to the Lord is to always keep, the apple of your eye and hide us, man. Protect us like you promised you would. I trust in that. And if you want that same mercy and peace and understanding within your own heart, you have to be following and doing what he asked of us, so you can have that certainty within yourself that if I do the will of the Father, there's nothing I couldn't ask of him, even that's protection in these last days. That's whatever the mercy, grace that he's going to give us, that because he loves us, because we obey him.
Calm, man. Beautifully said, man. Right. I just want to give a quick challenge to everybody that's on here, man. Right. Hey, try to go a whole week every day praying to the Most High God. And if you do that, okay, try to pray 2 times a day to the Most High God, man. Right. Hey, pray for salvation. Pray for mercy and grace, endurance, because we need it all, man. Right. Time's about to start getting hard. So I'd rather y'all have that trust and that faith and that strength in the Lord than to be out here on your own. So with that, hey, everybody, we need to examine ourselves and make sure we're ready for the times to come, because they are hasting to come. Right. With that, I love y'all, Israel. I love everybody on here. Hey, shalom.
Hey, love y'all. Shalom.